Hare Krishna. Good afternoon. I really hope you're having a good day. I'm just catching up with my Krishna calendar. We're on yesterday, March 13th. So yeah, sending love your way. Namaste. The sun came out. It was pouring with rain this morning, but now the sun is beaming onto my little shrine here. Just look at Krishna and Ganesh and Hanuman and Buddha. They're all lit up. Buddha's there as well. Everybody's lit up with the sun, and it's filling my room with heat. I love the sun. I really do. I love the sun. I'm sure most people do. Hare Krishna, thank you for the sun. Okay. Just after his birth in the house of Vasudeva in Mathura, Krishna transferred himself to Gokula on the other side of the river Yamuna, and after some days he moved with his father and mother and other relatives to Nandagrama, Vrindavan. This is from the Srimad Bagavatam by Srila Prabhupada, and I can't make out the chapters, but it's from the book Srimad Bagavatam, which is one of the most important books out of India in regard to teaching us Westerners about their philosophy and about the Vedas, and it kind of summarizes and packs in a lot of information into one book, but it's written specifically, the translation anyway, is written specifically for Westerners to help us grasp these ideas, because they're quite new to our culture really, whereas in India they're very ancient. People have been living in that higher evolved state there for a very long time, and before we even knew about spirituality really. And I mean, yeah, what were we doing at the time? Yeah, we had stuff, we had stuff going on, but it's not the point. And the point is, it's a good book, and it's written specifically for us. So yeah, this bit about Krishna transferring himself might not make much sense to you, but what happened was, I think it was his uncle, his mother's brother, heard a voice from the sky telling him that one of his sister's sons would kill him, would end up killing him in battle, and so he vowed that day that he was going to murder any sons that she had. She was going to kill them. Anyway, I can't exactly remember how it goes, but it's from the Krishna book as well. They quote the Bhagavatam in the Krishna book. Is another one you can get, little stories, just look it up. But yeah, so basically he knew about this, I think, because he's all knowing. He's Krishna being born into the material world, manifesting here to please his devotees, to give them the chance to play with him literally. And anyway, he didn't want to be, he had to transfer himself to, so he swapped places with, I can't remember who it was, another baby girl. Anyway, he swapped places so that he was protected, and he transferred himself magically from one one to another. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, and I haven't got much of an explanation for you on it, but I know that turned out okay, and that the new parents ended up meeting the original parents, and the two families got together and stuff. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but yeah, it's about safety, and that you can choose what family you live in and what place you live in and what town and where it's going to be best for you, I suppose. Yeah, you can be where you want to be. Okay, Hare Krishna. I'll read it one more time. Just after his birth in the house of Vasudeva and in Mathura, Krishna transferred himself to Gokula, on the other side of the Yamuna River, and after some days he moved with his father, mother, and other relatives to Nandagama, Vrindavan, from the Srimad Bagavatam. Let's just do March 14th today, shall we? Let's get the bird over. Here we go. According to Vihara Purana, as quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami, there is no difference between the water of the Ganges and the Yamuna, but when the water of the Ganges is sanctified 100 times, it is called the Yamuna. Srimad Bagavatam. Again, I haven't got the literal meaning for this, but I understand that the water of the Ganges flows from far out in space and that it hits the earth at a certain point. I can't remember the name of the mountain. Lord Shiva, his dreadlocks are the rivers running down out of that mountain, and they feed into the Ganges and the Yamuna, I believe, and they're the two main rivers in India, and the people in India and a lot of people from other countries as well consider the water to be sacred and to be cleansing, and that you can wash away your karma by having a bath in it. So they go there, they travel there in their millions to these rivers to go and bath in them and cleanse their souls, cleanse their bodies, cleanse their energy, their auras, and it works for them and it helps. And there is some scientific research been done on the Ganges that I've seen the documentary. It's awesome, and they've got proof that there's these special, I don't know what they are, they're in something to do with the oxygen in the water, and there's such high levels of these things that every time you put dirt into the water, a contaminant, these things that just eat any contaminants up, any diseases and that, they multiply every time they come across something to eat, which is pretty much anything that's dirty, they'll eat it, and they're microscopic, and they multiply every time they touch something dirty, so there's always millions and millions more. So it's really got a crazy self-cleaning thing going on in the river, and the people in India pollute the living business out of it, but people bath there all the time, and I don't think, I think somehow it does self-clean itself to a degree. Obviously there's the excess of human destruction on nature is sometimes it can't keep up, but yeah, these rivers are much loved, and the Ganges is the main one, but the Yamuna is another big one as well. And there's lots of sacred sites all along these rivers where you can go and take a bath, and you can stay in the temple for quite cheap. You can stay in a little room in a temple, just chant on your beads, read the books, walk around talking to the cows. So yeah, that's a dream, which quite a lot of people are out there living that dream right now, as you know. So anyway, yeah, sacred rivers, we love them. And I was informed by quite more than one reliable source that the water in the sea is the same as the water in the Ganges, and as is the water in the Yamuna, because all the water on the planet's connected, and everything's connected. We're all one anyway, including the droplets in the river and our bodies and these phones and computers and things. It's all connected. So the water in the sea is just as sacred and just as magical as the water in the Ganges, which means that again it's like where they were saying you can have spiritual life as it is in Vrindavan anywhere that you are. Same with the river. You can worship the river, you can give thanks and give offerings to the river anywhere in the world by doing it at the sea. And when I figured that out, and I went around and asked a few people that are bona fide that know, and they said that's absolutely right, Bryn. I was so pleased. I was so pleased to know that, and I went rushing down to the sea doing offerings. It's simple. You put some flowers in the water. You can use milk, whatever. It's not horrible rubbish, but yeah, a bit of fire, a bit of a candle, something like that, you know, and just, even you can just offer the water by scooping it up into your hands. And the water is such a sacred substance that by lifting it and then dropping it back into the sea, you're making an offering of something really sacred to something really sacred. And this stuff has meaning, and it's good for your soul, and it all helps. Like I've been saying all along in these little videos, it all helps to open up your heart to a wider view, a more expansive, more loving way of existing in this world, which can't be a bad thing. So yeah, I was really pleased to find out that the water there is just the same as the water in the Ganges. So we don't have to, oh well, I can't afford to go to India and I'm never going to be able to live that life. That's not true. Those thoughts aren't true. They're limiting beliefs, and the truth that comes from spiritual teachers and scriptures is that you can do and be that you want to be and do anywhere that you are. So yeah, all water is sacred. The water in your body, especially, it makes up 70% of every cell in your body is made of water. And it listens, and it has intelligence, and it has consciousness, and it has memory. So if you talk to it every day, you talk to the water in your body every day, you will self-heal, you will start to get younger, not older. And that is something I know from experience. It listens, the water listens, so yeah, it's good to know. The river Ganges is right there. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope you're enjoying my little Krishna videos. And I'm really glad that I've caught up with, because I was a couple of days behind there. So yeah. Here's Krishna's father carrying him across the river, I do believe. And I want to quickly just apologise to anyone if I'm getting this wrong at all, and I'm not a bona fide monk that's supposed to be preaching this stuff, and I'm really not preaching, I'm just reading my calendar out. But I try and add a bit of insight, but it's totally up to each person to make what they want to make of these things. I'm just sharing the benefits that it's had for me and the help that it's been in my life dealing with just being human and all the stuff that comes with that, you know. That's what this stuff is for. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying, and I hope I'm being clear enough with what it's saying. And yeah, stay blessed. Hare Krishna. This life's for living. Hare Krishna.